In the 2017-2018 season, the Fishers High School boys varsity baseball team went 15-3 in their conference and 29-7 in the regular season. They played Cathedral High School in the 4A state championship game at Victory Field in Indianapolis.
Finals this weekend kicks off tonight with the 4A game. 28-7 Fishers taking on 23-8-1 Cathedral.
Yeah, at the beginning of last year's season, before the season started, did you think you guys could take it all the way to win the championship?
We knew we definitely had a talented team. We had won the sectional the year before and lost in the regional final. Had a lot of guys coming back and a lot of guys that were really hungry about it. They were frustrated that we had lost the year before. They worked really hard in the off season, and then obviously we had a ton of talent. So as long as they gelled together, figured out how to play together, we definitely knew it was possible.
How were you feeling at the beginning of the season last year? Did you think that this team could make it all the way?
With the talent we had, for sure, but it didn't seem like realistic at the time because it was still the first game of the season, and we weren't in our prime yet. But when we finally got to the state game, I was definitely proud of the team when they got there. I knew that we could come out with the dub.
The Irish strike first. Carson Cato with the stolen base takes third on the overthrow, and then the overthrow to third. Cato scores. It's 1-0 Cathedral.
What was your thought process when you found out that you'd be facing Cathedral, the team that you tied in first place with?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting that the preseason polls had us both number one, and then we were the two teams in the championship. We kind of knew in the South that Cathedral had a chance to get out of it, the whole tournament, so it wasn't much of a surprise. We just went through the scouting report and got ready to play it the next game just like we'd done all year.
Top of the second, Fishers with the bases loaded. Ben Burton doubles to left field. That's good enough for 2 runs to score. The Tigers take the lead 2-1, then tack on another run. It's 3-1 after 2.
Do you as a coach give a speech to the team before you go and play a game? If so, what is it?
It just depends on the situation, the moment. Sometimes we do, sometimes I don't. Most of the time it's just encouraging, maybe touching on the scouting report again or reminding them of some things that we need to work or accomplish that game. Most of the time it's encouraging, just continuing to encourage them to give their best effort and to compete and play for one another.
What would you tell your team after a loss?
Sometimes it was, keep your head up, sun's going to rise the next day. Sometimes we talk about maybe situations that happened that led to the loss, but it's baseball, you're going to lose. So, a lot of times it's just, hey, what can we learn from it and get ready for the next day.
Our guys literally don't know how to quit, said 12th-year Fishers head coach Matt Cherry after the program's first state title. It's a testament to their families, our community, the teachers in our building, and teaching them to be tough. Our guys want to win so much they don't care who gets the credit.
What was your reaction when you realized that your team was going to the state championship game?
It was really rewarding. It was pretty exciting. Celebrate with our coaching staff and then with the players and then with my family. It was really exciting to know that all the hard work we put in for several years and it's finally coming out and the chance to play for the state championship. I can picture the celebration just with the coaches and being excited that we finally had the opportunity to go play for a state title and see if we could do it.
Bottom of the 7th, the Irish threaten 2 on, 2 outs. They're down 4-3, and Colin Green pops up to center field. J.J. Woolrine makes the catch, and Fishers is the 4-8 state champions, winning tonight 4-3.
What did you talk to your team about after you won state?
Mostly just how proud I was of them. Again, that they figured out how to love one another. They figured out how to compete for each other. There was no egos in the locker room, and so just proud of them how they came together and just reminded them of what they could achieve in life whenever they work with others and learn how to bond with other people and work for a goal together with someone else.
According to the Indy Star, the Tigers are talented to a perfect combination of experience and confidence. So when the game was on the line, with 1 out and 2 runners on the bottom of the 7th of the Class 4A state championship on Friday night at Victory Field, and Fishers protecting a 1-run lead, star relief pitcher Grant Richardson was feeling good. Were you nervous at all going into the championship game?
Yeah, because we're playing on a minor league field is pretty big. And then especially against Cathedral, they're really good. They had a kid get drafted last year to the Red Sox. So it was pretty nerve-wracking, but again, it was fun at the same time.
If you could describe last year's baseball team in 3 words, how would you describe them and why?
Brotherhood, exciting, family. All the guys kind of came together as one. They loved one another. They joined together kind of as family. They didn't care who got the credit, and obviously the result then was a lot of fun and exciting for our school and community and all the guys.
I don't know what to say about it. I mean, as soon as I saw everybody stand up behind, I just got chills, and I mean, it's honestly been the most nerve-wracking time I pitched, but I held it together, and I'm just glad it turned out the way it did. They brought me in from day one as soon as I moved down. They helped the move be so much easier, and I mean, just going into the program, they accepted me and just brought me into their arms, and they didn't put me down a single time throughout the season.
And plenty more action tomorrow as Class A Daleville versus University at 11, the 2A game Boone Grove versus Southridge at 2, and then the 3A Andrean taking on Silver Creek around 5 o'clock. From Victory Field, Dave Marin, RTV6 Sports.
The Tigers 29-7 beat the Irish 23-9-1 before the 4-3 victory at Victory Field in Indianapolis.
What's the most important things that you taught your team last year?
That's a good one. I think they figured out how to care for one another, how to not worry about who got the credit. If one guy was struggling, the other guy picked him up. If one guy had success, they weren't jealous. They were excited for him, and they kind of figured out how to do that together. Hopefully, it was the space that we created and some of the things that we were teaching, but they kind of figured it out themselves.
What was something that you learned from your coach or teammates after you won the championship?
Sticking together, it helps you in like any life situation. Keeping positive energy throughout the ride, it'll get you where you need to be.
If there was one thing that you could change about how baseball is played at a high school level, what would it be?
I don't know. I love it. I think we've got it right now. We just switched from a 3-game conference series back to a 2-game conference series. So I'd really like to go back to that 3-game series. It's a lot of fun for the kids and gives a lot of guys opportunities to play and compete in meaningful games. But I don't know that there's anything I could change right now.
What are your thoughts on Matthew Wolf winning the LV Phillips Mental Attitude Award for Class 4A?
It was a perfect selection. There was a lot of guys on our team that could have won it. We had a great group of kids that cared for one another, that worked hard in the classroom, were great citizens, did a lot of things off the field. But it was a perfect selection. A kid that was going to the Naval Academy, was going to serve our country, worked hard in the classroom, did a lot off the field, played in 2 sports at a high level. So it was a great selection. We're very, very happy for him. He was a guy that kind of flew under the radar a lot. He was a 4-year letter winner, but didn't get a ton of accolades or awards, and so it was a perfect way for him to celebrate his senior year to get that special award.
I was proud of him. I didn't even know that was a thing until he won it, but I was excited for him. I knew he could pull something off like that because he always keeps like a positive attitude towards everything. He attacks everything, and he's just a great kid.
These guys don't know how to lose. They really don't, said Cherry in his 12th season at Fishers. When we lose, they just ran out of time. Brotherhood is our motto, and they want to compete for each other. Nobody cares who gets the credit. It's a special, special group.